Look, we need to have a serious talk about something that gets to the very heart of how we're living and whether we're actually living at all.
You know, when you strip everything else away, it all really just boils down to one single question. A question about regret. And if you're brave enough to answer it honestly, it can change absolutely everything.
So just pause for a second and really think about that. If this was it, the final curtain, are you happy with what you're doing in this very moment?
And let's be honest, for most of us, the real answer is a quiet, sinking no. And that space, that gap between who you are right now and who you know you could be, that's exactly where regret is born.
So why? Why do we live like this? Well, it's because we tell ourselves this really convenient, comfortable lie. A story about a magical place called tomorrow.
Oh, you know the lines. We all do. All start tomorrow. There's still plenty of time. Come on, let's just enjoy ourselves for now. We say these things like we have this infinite supply of tomorrows just waiting for us.
But here's the reality check, the hard truth. That clock is always ticking forward, never back. That perfect opportunity, it might be a one-time deal. And life, well, life just doesn't have a rewind button. When a day is gone, it's gone forever.
And the crazy part is, deep down, you already know this. There's this voice inside all of us, a voice that we get really, really good at ignoring.
That ambition you have, that goal, that picture in your mind of a better life, that is not some silly fantasy. It's real, and it deserves to be taken seriously.
You know the voice I'm talking about, don't you? It's the one that creeps in late at night when everything is quiet, and it just whispers, "You could have done more today. You could be more." But you have to understand that voice isn't your enemy. It's not there to tear you down. That voice, that's your true potential. It's the real you trying to get your attention.
So what do we do when we hear it? We drown it out. We grab our phones and just scroll into oblivion. We waste precious hours. We make endless excuses. We are literally building a wall, brick by brick, to keep our own potential locked away.
Okay, so that's the problem. And it's a big one. But the solution? It's actually way simpler than you think. This is the part where everything can start to change.
See, we've got it all wrong. Real lasting change doesn't come from some giant heroic leap. It comes from the small, almost invisible improvements you make every single day. And get this, the math is kind of mind-blowing. If you get just 1% better each day for a year, you won't be 365% better. No. Because of compounding, you'll be nearly 37 times better. Let that sink in. 37 times.
It's an incredible formula for transformation, right? So what's the catch? What's the one tiny thing that stops this from happening? It's that we never start. That's it. That's the only thing standing in the way.
All right, let's try something. I want you to genuinely take a second and imagine the person you could be 1 year from today, if you just decided to start.
Really picture it. Waking up in a body that feels healthy and strong. Facing challenges with a mindset that's resilient and confident. Looking at your finances and feeling a sense of freedom, not that knot of anxiety in your stomach.
This isn't a daydream. This future version of you is completely 100% possible. But it all hinges on one single condition.
You have to start. Not tomorrow, not next week, not after things calm down. Now. Right now. Stop waiting for the perfect moment to arrive, because it's an illusion. It doesn't exist.
So ultimately, this all comes down to a choice. But here's the twist. It's not a choice between comfort and pain. It's a choice between two different kinds of pain.
On one hand, you have the pain of discipline, the burn after a workout, the mental effort of learning something new. It's hard, for sure, but it's temporary. On the other hand, you have the pain of regret, that constant, heavy ache of looking back, knowing you could have done more. And that pain, that lasts a lifetime.
So, which is it going to be? A few months of focused effort to build the life you actually want? Or a lifetime of looking back, wondering, what if? The choice is yours.
Make that decision right now. And listen, it doesn't have to be some monumental, earth-shattering thing. Just start small. Read one page. Do one push-up. Save $1. The size of the start doesn't matter. The act of starting is everything.
The moment you take that first step, the game changes. That future you imagined is no longer a dream. It's your destination. Your new life begins today.